Angerfoot is a game made by Cape Town-based developer Free Lives, creator of Broforce, Thorn, and Genital Jousting. You play as Angerfoot on a mission to retrieve his stolen shoes from the Crime Minister by kicking and shooting your way through short levels and set pieces. You'll work your way through 4 gangs on the way, each with their own set of levels matching that gang's theme. Stages end with entertaining boss fights that perfectly match the game's tone. The levels in Angerfoot begin quite claustrophobic, which sets the tone of the game and serves well as a guide on how the game expects to be played. Level designs diversify as the game goes along, but generally remain colourful and full of life. The music is brought to you by Jay Booty, who I think does an incredible service to the hardcore genre that the soundtrack is inspired by, and turns this into something that fits seamlessly into the game. There aren't many songs and you will hear them repeat, but I think a few varied tracks fit this game really well. There are also unique songs for each boss fight and the odd intermission levels between stages. These levels in between where you can talk to and kick the NPCs are a nice change of pace where you can really appreciate the direction of this game. Visually, these levels are gorgeous, and a lot of the rooms stand as their own artistic statement. There are loads of different shoes you can equip in the game to change the way you kick and shoot, some also gift new abilities. The majority of shoes are unlocked by collecting stars rewarded when you complete one of the 3 optional challenges in each level. Shoes are also given to the player when they defeat a stage boss. These shoes give special attacks like a charge kick or a slide kick, giving some variance to the normal movement. Each level has its own set of challenges, some of which are unique ways to play the game using specific shoes like the floaties that reduce gravity, or the stilettos that make bullets non-lethal and instead makes throwing your weapon at enemies kill them instantly. I would have liked more unique ways to use different shoes to complete challenges and less of the more tedious ones. One challenge requires you to not get hit for a whole level, and I hated this challenge. Enemies seem to be ready to fire the moment you enter a room, so I just have to restart until that didn't happen. I had a fun time playing this game, even when things got more difficult in later stages. Some experiences were frustrating, like the shoes that made doors explode, killing me instantly on several occasions, but then, what did I expect? Levels do become a little bit samey, with a few more interesting levels dotted between. Personally, I would have preferred fewer, more exciting stages, but I imagine this would have harmed the game's length. I also found the Pizza Pig boss fight frustrating. The first phase felt really slow, with you having to wait for a specific attack to do any damage. In terms of performance, my computer did struggle a lot at some points. The specs are on screen to give you an idea of what to expect. I played the game on its lowest settings in 1440p. Levels performed relatively well to begin with, but as explosions and other particle effects were introduced and as levels grew bigger, I felt a big drop in performance below 60 frames a second. Not unplayable by any means, but it was a big enough hit to performance that I wouldn't recommend it to anyone expecting a consistent 60 FPS experience on older or slower hardware. Angerfoot is a well thought out game that excels in how well all of its elements fit together. If you're looking for a fun game where you just kick and shoot stuff, I do think you should try this game out, though the game does have a demo if you're not already sold. I recommend that you ignore the optional challenges on a first playthrough and just go through the game from start to finish. Angerfoot is currently available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and PlayStation 5.